Hello, very good morning. Welcome to JS System Academy. Welcome to the next part of video in the Playwright for JavaScript series. Okay, in this video we are going to see how to handle the network waits. Okay, suppose right you are loading from one page to another page where internally it calls an API call. Okay, so it might take some time right before loading it might yeah, it throw an error. Okay, so to avoid that, to handle that, we can write some write code, insert some code in right in our Playwright, so that to handle the network delays or waits. Okay, for that we use some line of code to handle that. Okay, that is what we are going to learn in this particular tutorial. For example, right, I have an admin. Okay, and I have an admin. For example, one minute, admin. Okay, then admin 123. Okay, I'm logging in. Okay, you can see some right in the right side. You can see some APIs may be called under the network tab. Okay, you can see some APIs are called. You can see webx index php pim some API calls has been handled, and you can see a 200 status. Okay, so all these things, right, there might be a delay in loading, so it might throw an error. Okay, so how to handle that, right? The network delays, okay, or the network waits. Okay, for that, right, we are going to write a small code as snippet so that it handles the network delays right in our automation. Okay, so for that we are going to create one new class. Okay, network waits dot js. Okay, js stands for javascript file. Okay, now let's create yeah, okay, a new class, and now let's go to the previous code. Okay, then I'll just do a smart work here. Okay, so I'll just go to previous code and copy and paste it, just an orange hrm login with the locators. Okay, so I'm just going to delete the things, right. So this we saw in the previous video. Hope you please go through the locators video, you'll understand. Okay, first is right, I'm going to import a package, chromium package, from the Playwright, and then I'm going to use async inbuilt wait, which has in play, right, where for example you are doing different conditions like go to fill, locate, or wait for time wait, right. For all these, right, inbuilt it has some wait, so it uses wait and wait for that till the condition to be get performed. Okay, so that we use in the Playwright. Next line of code, I'm launching, you can see the previous videos for from the basic. Okay, next one is right, I'm going to launch the Chromium browser with the help of launch method. I'm just going to do in an headless state, that is false. Okay, so this is going to run in an foreground. Okay, now after launching a browser and after waiting and launching a browser, now I'm creating a new blank page in the Chrome browser, that I'm using new page method to launch it. Okay, after that I'm going to use go to method to launch the orange hrm url which we are going to automate. Okay, now after that I'm going to enter the username here. For example, right, I'm going to inspect this. This are all we saw in the basic videos. Please go through the basic videos. We located in DOM. We took name, locator, name, and we passed here. We wrote and CSS selector here, and that is a tag name, and then square bracket name equal to username, and we entered the username and it filled it. Okay, now same I locate with the password also to make you comfortable. Okay, input, right, a page dot fill method, input name, and we'll enter the password also. Okay, right click and name equal to password. I'll just, instead of username, I change it to password. Okay, and then I'll just enter the password also, admin 123. Okay, so I'll add, right, 123 password here. So this is a locator, it's CSS, and this is going to be the value here. Okay, now we entered the username here and we entered the password. Now let's go and click the login button. For that I used class name. Okay, instead of before that we need to write a code for handling the network weight. Okay, the main concept which we are learning, that we need to add. Okay, so for that I'm just creating a constant. Okay, a response. Okay, so I'm just creating a reference response. Okay, equal to await. Okay, I'm using promise all. Promise all is used when we want to do multiple actions. Okay, when we want to perform multiple actions, right, we'll go for promise all in the playwright world. Okay, so now first action is waiting for the response. Page dot wait for, there are multiple right response, right, wait for a response. Okay, I'm just storing the response in one reference variable res. Okay, so now I'm going to store the reference in an so first we are going to right, wait for a response. Okay, then we are going to res dot url. Okay, url is the api call which we need to right, first call it, right. So it waits for the api call. Okay, and confirms whether it's been called, then only it's going to do the click of login button. Okay, so now it includes, now we'll take any one call. Okay, api call from here. Okay, so if I give admin 123. Okay, then I log in, I click OK, then I go to network. You can see some API calls here. Okay, for example, so right, web index php, boost photo, right, bus photo. Then you have some API calls here. Let's take a common API call which we use in the CRM. Okay, I'll use slash web slash index dot php. Okay, then I use one API call here, API one slash v2. Then I'm just confirming it's a dashboard. Okay, so I'll just make sure, right, dashboard is visible, this API call is called, and additionally I'll check the status code is 200. It's okay, so I'll just make sure the status code is 200 also. Okay, so res dot status. So api call should be called and status code is 200, then only it's going to do the click operation of the login button. Okay, and I'll just give a comma. Okay, then as I told you, promise does two operation. One is waiting for the response to get captured, and then going to click the login button. Okay, page start click. Okay, I'll give the CS selector for the login button. Okay, button, and then square bracket type. Okay, equal to, in single quotes, submit. Okay, so this is CSS selector for clicking the submit button. Okay, so I should go here, log out. So I should inspect this one. We can see, right, the type is submit. So I took the button as tag name, type equal to submit. Okay, so I gave this one, right, type button as tag name type. So I'm just using two operations. That's why I gave promise or two conditions going to satisfy. Okay, one is wait for response, wait for this API call to be called, and make sure status code is 200. And then it's also performs two actions parallelly. One is for waiting for response and also waiting for the button to be get clicked. Okay, now let me console it, console log. Okay, response dot url. Okay, so I'll call this method, so it just prints the response url. Okay, dashboards response url. Okay, so now let me write. So now what happens, it enters username and password. Okay, now right, it waits for the response and it clicks the submit button. It goes and prints the response url. Then what we do is, right, one minute, let me enter the username, let me enter the password, let me click the login button. Username is wrong. Okay, so we'll just print the text, okay, and confirm that whether it's been loaded to the dashboard page or not. Okay, for that I'll give, okay, await page dot wait for selector. Okay, and we'll take the class name here. Okay, let me go right click on that one. So we have a multiple class name, and let me take only this part. Okay, we have multiple class name, let's try only this one. Okay, and the tag name is h6. Okay, so h6 dot, let me paste it. Okay, so wait for the selector. Okay, and right, you can right, get the content also. Okay, so now let me print the content also. Constant. Okay, dashboard text equal to await page dot text content. So it's going to capture the text content of the page. This one, nothing located this one. It's going to capture the text content and it's going to store it in the reference called as dashboard text. Okay, and then it's going to print it. Okay, console dot log dashboard, dashboard title colon, okay, comma, right, and the dashboard text. Okay, so now it's going to print confirm the dashboard text. It's going to check the API call, click the login button, then it's going to come and print the response URL, and then it's going to wait for the selector, for this selector, and to be loaded, and then it's going to take the content and print it. Okay, let me see this file and I'll run the code. Node network waits, okay, .js. Okay, So it opened the Chromium browser, it launched the URL, it entered username and password, it clicked it, and it should print it. Let us wait. Okay, give me a second. Okay, there is an error here. Okay, so there is one small mistake here. So this should be response.ui. Okay, so I made a mistake here. Okay, let me save it again. Let me try to run it. Let me rerun again. So you entered username and password. You got the title, right? So I made a small mistake, right? So the response dot URL. Okay, you have to give like this. So it printed the dashboard title. It handled the API, checked for the status, 200. Okay, it checked right. So dashboard, it checked for this API call, right? It printed the API call, right? You can see it checked web index, PHP, API, V2 dashboard. It checked for this call, confirmed it, checked the status. After both is handled, it printed the title of the dashboard. Okay, so this is how we can handle network weights, right, in the Playwright. Okay, so you can right include your API call, make it to wait, make it to handle, then we can move to the whatever task we are going to use it in our Playwright automation. Okay, sometimes due to it it might throw an error. Okay, so we should handle the network weights, right, till it's loaded fully, and then we can move to the whatever task which you are want to do. Okay, so hope this video is useful for you. Thanks for watching this video. Meet you soon in the next part of video. Slowly we are moving to more advanced framework end-to-end automation. So kindly stay tuned with the channel. Okay, bye.